Hey guys, welcome to day 347 of playing Persona 4 Golden in real time. Today is March 22nd, and the final day in this journey that started almost a full year ago, starting with playing April 11th every day up until now. So let's go ahead and end this journey. So here's the time jump. We gotta go to the epilogue when Hugh returns to town. Summer vacation. The town doesn't seem to have changed at all since last time.
I have seen the light! I've learned the most important lesson from the events last year.
A man you've seen before is delivering a passionate address to the crowd.
Unfortunately, this world is full of things meant to deceive people. The things you do in pursuit of justice may actually be a terrible mistake. One man is not enough to judge these things. It was a group of boys and girls who taught me that. In their spirit, I want to join hands with all of you to rethink this town's future. I want Inaba to be a town free from deceit and distractions that keep you from focusing on the things most important to you.
Hey kid, do you know who that is?
You could say that. Let's say... We'll say yes. I mean, I don't care seems too harsh. I feel like saying no could be a little poignant to be like, oh, I knew a different man, but he's changed since then to a better guy, and I don't know him yet, but I'd like to. But instead, let's just go ahead and say yes.
He was arrested during those terrible murders last year, right? And now he's running for mayor. That was a surprise. He's so passionate, though. At first, no one wanted to go near him, but look at him now. I've been to a
I mean,
few
he's
of his
not exactly,
speeches.
like, convincing
he
of,
might
like,
be a
oh man,
pretty
that's the
nice
guy
guy.
that really... that hunched
If we
over
can
guy
all
on the
work
soapbox,
together
that's
on
the
this
leader.
and not get so sidetracked by passing trends, this town will regain its former glory. So please, lend me your strength. Please!
Namatame's speech continues. Nobody seems to be here to welcome you. You decide to go to the Dojima residence. There's no answer. The front door is locked. They seem to be away. You decide to call Dojima.
Hello? Oh, it's you, huh? Oh yeah, you're coming over. Was that today? Sorry, but my hands are tied
Okay,
right
this
now.
feels a little
Why don't you
disappointing
call one
from
of your friends
yesterday
and
when
hang
it's
out with
like,
them for a bit? I'll
everyone's
see you
waving me
later.
goodbye, running after the train. It's like, oh, you're back in town? Oh, that's right. Dojima seems busy. You decide to call Yosuke. Yosuke isn't answering either. Did something happen? See, sometimes I'm like, stuff in the story, I'm like, I kind of have a prediction of what's going on. But it's like, I've also played through this already, so when it's... I can't tell if it's me piecing things together and cleverly solving this. Inaba Central Shopping District. You don't see anyone you know. So am I just really
Hey,
clever,
what do
or
you
am I
think the
just
beefsteak gonna
remembering the
give?
past?
We can freeze it and sell it nationwide through Amazing Commodities.
I don't know. Those are handmade, aren't they? I don't think we can mass produce them. On the other hand,
I mean,
maybe
Tanaka's
limited
Amazing Commodities
quantities
sells
and
out pretty
handmade
quickly,
are
so I
good
think that'll be
selling
fine.
points that could
It's kind of
revitalize
the
this town.
norm on there.
I thought of moving away once, but I don't think I could bear to be away from here.
I understand completely. This is where we were born and raised. We'll have to work together if we don't want it to fall apart.
Great news! Juness said we'll have their full cooperation!
Yes! Good thing we went to talk with them. If only we'd done it sooner.
But what are we supposed to sell in a locally produced goods section? I guess the steak kebabs are good, but what other stuff is there? We're not famous for anything else.
Give me anything, you half-wit. Vegetables, fish, even ramen. As long as it's something we put our backs into, it'll sell like hotcakes. You gotta work hard so you don't embarrass Janess. We can't be weak now.
The shopping district is coming alive. You decide to go to Juness. Junes Food Court. You don't see anyone you know. Guide that. Oh. I was gonna say, I feel like surely Junes is where we would find some
Because
people.
you were slow like a jar of molasses.
Shut up! He's going to hear! Ah, we blew it. Oh well, here goes. 1, 2.
Wah! Bah! It's a bear!
What are you guys doing? This isn't anything like we planned. And what's with the bah? It's a bear. Ugh,
I was like, who's that guy with
you're the
black
one
hair?
getting
Is that
ambushed.
Kanji?
I knew we'd run into snags.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Senpai, you're here. Did you miss me?
We heard you were coming, so we planned a little surprise.
Yeah, it is
I mean,
nice seeing
things
everyone,
got kinda
like, they
nuts
look
when we last
different,
visited
but,
in May.
you know, it's not like we come
Thought
back
instead of
every,
you
it's
coming
like,
to each of
oh,
our
it's like
houses,
when we
we'd
left
spice things up
yesterday.
this time.
Yeah, and we thought you'd miss us a little if you couldn't find any of us.
It didn't go quite like we planned, but it's been a while, Senpai.
It's still
Were you
so weird
surprised?
seeing Kanji with black hair. Let's say... I mean, I am kind of questioning what Kanji's Kanji's hair. When I saw Yukiko, I kind of thought that was like someone's mom. And I was like, oh no, that's just Yukiko with a bun. But man, saying surprise was such a failure. That's just like so harsh coming back for like months later. Let's go ahead and say yeah.
You were? Success! Sorry, she laughs for even less reason than before.
Ooh, so hey, Senpai, how do I look? Did you think I was someone else? Is your heart melting?
I mean, I thought Kanji was
Oh,
someone else.
come on. You know who's changed more than anybody else here.
I do feel like Naoto's also has changed
Yeah,
a bit,
you
but
asshats lay
when you
off,
stop
you're
wearing a
getting
hat every
rude
day and
there.
like a full like a jacket and everything, looks a bit different.
Well, we have all changed a little. None of us can remain in stasis forever.
Okay, Naoto seems a bit more confident. More sure of herself, I
Stop
think, is a
laughing
more
already.
accurate phrasing.
None of us want to be the guy who's always talking about how great things were back in the day. As long as we're all here, keeping an eye out for each other, we can change.
Yosuke's still a show-off. Not me, though. I'm
Yeah, I was gonna
different
say,
now.
Teddy,
Why,
you can't
I've
you don't really have a
powered
lot
up
of
so
room
much
to
that
talk.
I'm probably a grizzly bear.
Huh. Sounds powerful. I'll stick you with all the manual labor then.
Oh, hi. It's me. Did the surprise go well?
Let's say... We'll say yeah. Like, it is still ongoing, but, you know, I want to keep it short, keep it concise, and be more positive.
Oh, well.
Rather than just being like, you're
Sorry,
interrupting
I
it,
asked for my
Dojima.
help, so I acted like I wasn't home when you came by. I'm
Okay,
a pro when it
that's
comes to
kind of what I
saying you're alive,
figured
but
it was,
I'm
that
the one who
people
has to
were
put on an
playing
act
coy
in
to
the
surprise
last 5
me,
seconds. Anyway, bring them all back here. I've got a good meal waiting.
but I will say, for Persona 4 Dancing All Night, I did call a few things correctly. You told everyone that Dojima is waiting.
Oh, really? Let's eat.
So I called a few things correctly,
Kanji,
but I also
this is to
made like
celebrate
20
Senpai
guesses
coming
on each
back.
thing, so it's kind of like, yeah,
Shut up, I
I
know.
eventually got it right. Don't exactly know how. You decide to go to the Dojima residence with the others. So yeah, not sure exactly how impressive that is.
Oh, so good.
Jay Senpai, that's your second one. We get one each.
Wait, where's
remember?
Nanako?
You kids sure eat a lot. I thought I might have ordered too much, but look at you, plowing through it already.
Sorry about that, and thanks. Isn't Nanako-chan here? I'd hate to eat her share too.
Okay, yeah. I was checking for Nanako. I was like,
She's a
she's not here,
pianist.
right? It's not
Don't
that she
worry,
just
I
looks
said hers
so
is second.
different that I didn't recognize her.
Oh, didn't I tell you? Yeah, Nanako started learning the piano. She should be back any time now. I'm sure she'll be rushing home.
And she didn't help
Ever
us
since
out
she
during
found out
Persona
you'd be
4
back, it's all
Dancing.
she's talked about.
Dojima is laughing. Let's say, I'm glad she's doing well. Like, I hope Dojima's been well as well, of course, but, you know. Next to Nanako, you have to understand.
Yeah, me too. She's growing and learning every day. It's an amazing thing to see. Just watching her gives me strength.
Slow, but I'm moving on, bit by bit. Actually, I came across some information about an old hit-and-run incident.
Oh, huh.
The victim was Chisato Dojima, my wife. I've been chasing dead ends and false leads for so long, but I think I'm finally getting close to the truth. Just when I thought I'd keep my personal feelings separate from my job.
Yeah, I'm glad Dojima's not
Oh, it's
so
thanks to
intent
you
on
that I
it
was
that
able
he's
to
not going to
draw
be
that
content
line in the
until he
first
figures
place.
it out. He's going to have moved on from it, but it'd definitely be nice to get some closure and solve that case. Let's say... I am kind of curious about how they handled Adachi in like the TV world and everything like that. So let's ask what happened with last year's case.
Oh, that? Well, I don't know if you heard already, but Namatame got released on lack of evidence. I can't tell you too much,
Yeah.
but basically no one could reproduce his supposed methods, not even Namatame himself. He was very insistent on the details of his crimes, but a diary isn't enough evidence to build a case on. He came to me to apologize, but I told him he should come up with his own way to make up for it. He said he was going to run for
Okay.
mayor. I don't know how serious he was about that.
Yeah, Namatame is a
So that was Namatame's
like
son
complex
giving those
case because he
speeches.
was doing his best.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it
And I went to see
wasn't good,
Adachi.
but you know,
What happened to him?
he wasn't evil.
Were you the
or
one
not
to
intentionally,
interrogate him?
at least.
No, I wasn't part of that. I couldn't be. We were too close. But he was indicted. It was probably just circumstantial evidence, but he said a lot of things only the real killer could know.
I kind of
After
feel
they
like
set a trial
Namatame
date
did
for
the
him,
same thing,
I
but
was able to go see him.
I see.
They say he's a model prisoner. The bastard says he gets better treatment behind bars than he did when he was working with me. Huh. Next time when I go see him, I'll bring him a cheap cabbage.
Dojima looks happy. Oh, wow.
Dad, is Big Bro? Big Bro!
Surprised, Nanako?
Welcome home, Nana-chan.
Teddy too? And Rise-chan! Everyone's here! I'm learning piano now, and I've been a good girl.
Calm down. How can you possibly say that to Nanako? Let's say I'm proud of you.
I'll play for you sometime.
I didn't think she'd ask to start piano lessons. Like mother, like daughter, I guess. Chisato was a piano teacher, but Nanako's pretty good herself. At first, I didn't even want to hear the word piano. Now that she wants to learn, I gotta get over it.
I remember what my mom played. I'm gonna play it for you, Dad.
Oh, I figured Nanako's first song would be the Juness theme song.
Dad, the weather report's on.
And now, the weather. It was nice and sunny today, but what will it look like after that? Take it away, Mariko.
Hello, Mariko Kasumi
Oh,
here.
wow.
We've been having a lot of rain recently, so starting today, I'm gonna make it sunny. I mean, after all that rain,
I mean, I'm glad Marie didn't just fade away. When we last saw her, it's not the most positive, you know, not the most reassuring experience.
Mariko? Mariko, please calm down.
Oh, but if it gets too hot, then some rain should be fine. He should tell me whenever he wants it different, and I'll change it. Just like that.
The weather forecaster is Marie.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
She's been coming here a lot. She's famous now.
Yeah, I guess Marie still has some
so
power.
popular so fast. What was the station thinking? Her stage name's so boring too.
Okay, Rize's getting a little
This girl
jealous
will
of the
decide
weather girl.
tomorrow's weather, right? Whenever she says it's gonna be sunny, the sun comes out.
In her case, maybe.
Thanks, Mariko. Tell our viewers goodbye.
Yeah, but before that, a personal message. I'm doing just fine. Love you.
What? Was that?
Did she just confess her love on a public news show?
I mean,
I can
she
imagine
didn't say
the
my name
complaints flying in
specifically,
right now.
so...
Kids these days. Wait, that was your name. If only you were so lucky, huh?
Oh, wait, did she say my name? Oh, dang it! Well,
I hope you all have a good day tomorrow. Remember,
with
the
my
more
name
you
being
put in,
you,
the
whenever
more
someone
you
says,
get
like,
out.
I was talking to you, then it's like, is it me specifically or
I see
the
that
person
weather
that they're
girl a
talking
lot.
to?
The younger ones at the station tell me they feel motivated whenever she does that.
Let's say, we'll be a little quiet. Let's say I'm not surprised.
I feel it a little myself, to be honest. Well, I'm
Saying
just glad the weird
it's just
fog's
coincidence
gone. Now we
seems a
don't
little
have to obsess
too
over the weather report.
desperate for
It is
you,
really
Chad,
great, though. Everyone in
Narifami.
town is more motivated.
Yeah, people have so much energy now.
You're right. It doesn't wear you down walking through town anymore. Not like last year.
Everyone has a more positive outlook on life than when I first came.
It shows people can change. For better or worse, I guess. Depends on your perspective. After the fog lifted, I'm sure people just realized that it's a lot brighter when your eyes are open. There's a lot we'd rather not see. A lot of grime in the human heart. But if you close your eyes to everything, you can't even see the people close to you. How can you be happy like that? The only thing to do, really, is to keep marching on. Straight ahead. I'm rambling, aren't I? Guess I had more to drink than I thought. Oh yeah, Nanako, didn't you say there was something you wanted to tell him when he came home?
Your cooking is barely food, Chie.
Hey, shut up! What about mine?
That's cold, Yosuke.
I could have made something too.
It's always nice when we get an anime
I
cutscene.
can cook if I put my mind to it. So can I. That's.
Gotcha.
Hopefully it's not some kind of surprise food
Got it?
X again.
Well then. One and.
Good to see you, Senpai.
Kanji, it was welcome back. How could you mess that up?
Hey, just shut up, all right? I just got stage fright, that's
Well,
all.
I figured someone would blow it.
Wow. Man. It's wild actually being at the end of this. Like, when I started, I was like, I want to get in the habit of like doing content daily, and doing Persona 4 Golden in real time. It definitely sounded interesting, and like I was like, I think it'll be entertaining to do because the game's pretty long. There's plenty of stuff to do. But when I started, I was like, I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll do like 10 days, and might just no one's noticed it. It hasn't gained any traction, so I can just like quietly end it, and it'll be fine. No one will know. And day 4, like I think it was like 16 subscribers or something like that on day 1, because I had already done some content before then. And then day 4, I woke up. I still remember that day. I woke up in bed. I checked my phone for the subscriber count, and it was like 227, something like that. And I was like, whoa, like no way. Like I was like, there must be some glitch, or I must be still asleep and sleeping right now, because there's no way that many people followed along with it. And going through and actually realizing that no, like people are actually following along. And after that, it's kind of like, well, I can't back down. I guess I have to see this through now. And I was kind of thinking, if it gets bad, maybe I'll do like weekly, where I record it ahead of time and then just post like once a week of that week in real time. But going through with it, I was like, no, I think I can keep doing it daily, the day of, live, stuff like that. And yeah, it just kept going. And like for the longest time, I just kind of thought of it as like, this is kind of like my daily routine now. This is what I do every day. It's not like, I'm gonna do it every day, it's gonna end in like this many days, and then this many days left. It was just like, no, this is my daily life now. And yeah, I feel like tomorrow, not streaming Persona 4 Golden in real time for the first time is gonna feel weird, but I think like 4 days ago, I was like, oh, it's coming to an end, but I was like, it's just like, it's the end of this. I'm not planning to stop making content, and so it just it didn't really feel like it would be super impactful. It just felt like I'd be shifting gears. And so I was like, okay, I finished this project, next I'm gonna like start on whatever I do next. And it's not really gonna have an impact, it's just gonna be like, okay, now things are a little bit different. But man, like seeing the end of this and just realizing that I've actually been doing this for the last 346 days, like, I knew that when I started and when I was going through, I was like day one, I couldn't really fathom the full commitment that I was like committing to of doing this every day for so many days. And now that I've actually done it, I kind of feel like I still don't really comprehend it, or like, man, like now I understand that level of commitment. It's like, no, I just kind of did it and now it's over. And it's like, looking back, I still can't really properly fathom, like, I've done this every day for over 300 days. And like I said, I think there was like 2 separate weeks that I recorded ahead of time because I was going, like, one of them was a vacation, the other was Christmas, the week of Christmas, and the only day I missed that I didn't have the upload done the day of was, unfortunately, day 10. I was disappointed I couldn't record it. Like, I messed up, like, so early on in the playthrough in the grand scheme of things. But it's because I moved, and then at the end of the day, like, the move took so long. It started at, like, noon. At midnight, it was like, I was still at my old place. Everything was at my new place, except for my PC. But I didn't have a monitor. I didn't have power cables or my camera, so I, like, physically could not stream it. But, you know, that's the only day that I didn't do it the day of and didn't have something prepared ahead of time. And so I'm really glad about that. And, yeah, I mean, it was like a daily commitment. There were times that I was hanging out with friends. They're like, oh, are you going to spend the night? I was like, oh, I still got to stream. So, like, drive home at midnight, stream, and then upload it. And there are a few days that I, like, didn't do until after midnight, but I would record it, upload it, and then sometimes processing it wouldn't be ready until like 5 a.m. or so. So those days I would just schedule it to go live at like 11 a.m. the next day or something like that, just so the algorithm's not like completely missing it. That's like, oh, here's a new video. It's 4 a.m. No one's awake to watch it. But yeah, I'm glad I did it. And when I think back on it, it's like, oh man, that's like a big commitment, like a daily commitment doing that for so long. It's like, well, it takes a lot of time, but it's like, what would I do otherwise? It's like, probably like play video games offline in my own time, watch TV, just go on the internet. It's like, yeah, I think doing this is definitely a much more productive and definitely more memorable use of my time. And being able to grow my channel, like help create this community, meet people, have everyone that has followed along with it so far, I definitely say that was worth it. That was worth the commitment, the nights, the sacrifices to keep this going. And, you know, this is something that, like, I've done like a half marathon before, and that was satisfying, and that's something that I look back on like, man, I'm glad I did that. And I still remember like that feeling of completing it. But this is something that I feel like after doing this, it's like, man, a marathon would be way easier than this. Like, it takes a few months of training, and it's definitely exhausting the day of, but in the grand scheme of things, like, it'd be easier than doing something like this every day for 347 days. But man, yeah, like, you know, I'm still gonna be making content. I'm not going anywhere, but, you know, it's gonna be shifting gears. I want to do a weekly series. Oh, wow. Yeah, seeing all of them, the new redesigns. Man, it's crazy. I mean, if there's any game to play for like 347 days in a row, this is the one. And yeah, not too worried about that. I'm gonna save my game, but, you know, I'm just glad I did it and saw it through. Let me just check the comments, make sure I'm not missing anything. And yeah, I mean, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate the support and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Persona 4 Golden, the first time I played it, like, it came out during quarantine, and that was, like, perfect timing, because, like, once it came out for the next, like, 2 weeks, like, all my free time, I was just playing Persona 4 Golden, and I played through it, got, like, the true ending in, like, 2 weeks, but it took, like, 80, maybe 90 hours to play through, but so glad I did, and it just, like, instantly became one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I played so many different games, I kind of felt like I'd seen everything, but a game like this that, you know, I've always wanted to get into visual novels, but it hasn't been engaging enough to keep me long term. And, like, I've played JRPGs before, and, you know, I enjoy that as well, but not super consistently. And then just seeing this game that, like, is a great visual novel, great turn-based dungeon crawling JRPG turn-based, it was, and, like, seeing how it, like, intertwines with the visual novel helping out fusing personas and stuff like that just really blew me away. And a story like Persona 4 Golden, I really enjoyed. And yeah, like, you know, playing a game for almost a full year every day can't really do better than Persona 4 Golden. But yeah, again, just wanted to thank all of you, everyone that's watching now, watching this after the fact. If you've been keeping up with it, as it whether that was day 1 or day 345, thank you so much for being here. And if I wasn't making content out of this and like streaming it and doing it so other people can see what it's like, I definitely would not have kept up with it as long as I have. I probably would have fallen off like day 30 or something like that, and I feel like even then's being a little optimistic. But knowing that I have part of it is knowing that you guys are like kind of keeping me accountable. That if I don't do it, then you guys are gonna know. But also knowing that I'm doing this for other people, I'm making content, and if I keep doing it, I'll be able to entertain more people than if I just fall off of it and take the easy path. Really helps keep me motivated and going through all of it. So I feel like very big question is what's next. And I've mentioned this a few times, I kind of alluded to it. I want to do a weekly series that's edited, and so I can have more time to refine it, make something that's more like not something that's just one for one. Here's how long it took, and then that's how long it takes to watch it. I want to make something a little higher quality because when I started the series, one of the main motivations was that I wanted to get in the habit of making YouTube content every day. And so doing this, it kind of had that system built up that it's like, yeah, I play the game, I upload it, and then I'm good. And, you know, that definitely worked. I've had like daily uploads for the last 346 days and some videos in addition to that as well. You know, spent on like one-off things, trying out different things, kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. So moving forward though, I want to do a weekly series. I want to get, now that I've been in the habit of doing content daily, I want to get in the habit of editing consistently and hopefully daily, but like it's nice to be able to take a day off every once in a while, not have to worry about it. And if I'm feeling sick or a little under the weather, it's like, oh, that's fine. I can take today off, get back to it tomorrow. So I think a weekly cadence will fit that, and I want it to be edited, get used to doing that. And while I love Persona and I love games in general, I feel like one thing I'm wanting to talk that I feel the urge to talk more about than I get to so far is movies. So I'm looking to do a weekly movie series, and I already kind of have the idea in mind, but I'm gonna be making a video basically recapping the experience of playing through Persona 4 Golden in real time for 347 days. So I'll speak more on that at the end of that video. That should hopefully be posted in like a week from now, but you know, we'll see. But again, you know, this is the end. I really like when I was saying I couldn't really fathom the commitment and dedication it would take to do the entire series when I started it, and like even now looking back, still can't really fully process that. I think similarly, I can't express the gratitude for everyone that's been supporting me, following along, and so, you know, I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself, but I feel like I could repeat myself 10 times or 100 times and still not have said it enough that I really appreciate everyone that followed along. And like I said, I wouldn't have done the series without you guys, so truly appreciate it. And yeah, this is definitely something I'm gonna remember for like the rest of my life. So something like this, you know, how do you end it? And you know, I think saying thank you is pretty good, but no, I'm gonna go now. I'll still be around. I'm still gonna be making content and like both about gaming and anything Persona or Shin Megami Tensei related. I'll probably do a video for the DLC, the Journey expansion that's coming out for Persona 3 Reload in like a month or so. Or I think it might be more than a month, but you know, I'll check that out. I'm also looking forward to the Shin Megami Tensei 5 re-release, and I have some thoughts on that because on Switch it seemed like it was a good game, but definitely underpowered from the Switch. And playing it in 30 FPS was a little underwhelming, so I'm really looking forward to playing it on PC. And so I'll be covering that when it comes out, plus other games and other movies in addition to like the weekly series I'm planning to do. But once again, just want to say thank you for the support, and you know, I'll always appreciate that. So, Warden Twins, play us out. Every day, young life, Nasu. Do 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 do. Do 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 Keita kata no Ego oji san Osai sai kagui Yangi no karu wa Konu wa surata Diogara obasan Kyukatsu detsu Yangu naru ni Yangu nakara kara Kyunesu wa isho Iro iro sorita Mate mayasu Every day young laugh do nasu do 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 Kasutan papagu no kawe matsuri-chan Ojirin chariko yangu nakara wo wan Baby yakune asura Minisuka mama-san Furo koto debiya yangu nakaro ni Yangu nakara Yunesu wa isho Iro iro sorata Mate masu Every day young life Yunesu Okay, they start talking. Boku wa sakoi hakimata Jajanusu Ni okowaka Okasan wa my ni parada Junasu de ne Oji-shan mite Kyusei ryokan marika de yo Junasu yakara na Oe-shan Kono okaijinu Oki natara nan ni narun daru The young laugh Yunesu Hanso de Tanpanwa Wan Pangu Boya Kazuku de Odekaka Ima Kareo Maneda Osage no Mitsuwa Okian no Ojishan Kazuku de Odekaka Ima Kareo Maneda Yangu Nakoroda Yunesu wa isho Iro iro sorete Mate masu Every day young life Junesu Every day young life Junesu Nailed it. Arigato.